Hello Flosstube, welcome back. It's been 2 weeks since my last video. If you are just discovering my channel, welcome. My channel has both paper crafting and cross stitch. So if it says Flosstube, it's cross stitch. If it says Facebook Live or something else, then it's paper crafting, card making. But today, excuse me, today is all about cross stitch. So I will show you my whips, talk about my plans, and a little bit of haul. So probably not a very long one. Mine usually aren't very long, but they're great if you just need a little Flosstube to watch. So let's get started. So if you are new, I'm trying a new game on Facebook and a new plan, a new rotation. So the new game is called Whip Warriors. It was previously known as No New Starts, I believe, but this is my first year in it. And I'm doing the 23 and 23, so I can only have 23 whips going. If I finish something, then I can start something in its place, but no more than 23 can I work on at a time. And I have, in addition to that, I've kind of done some special where I work on something specific days, like Fridays are full coverage Fridays. So I've picked out like 5 or 6 full coverage projects, and I'll work on one for the whole month on Fridays. I also am doing seasonal Sundays. So I've picked out 4 seasonal charts, and we'll work on them for the 3 months of that season on Sundays, and Mirror Mondays. So I've picked out 4 or 5 mirabilias that I'll work on Mondays. So we're still in the February charts that I've pulled for those. So you'll still see the same ones as you saw last time, and next time it will be new. Next time it will be March. And I forgot my thing that I put behind my stitching, so we'll just have to improvise. Yeah, we'll find something. There's always something, you know. Excuse me. I think I'm trying to get my husband's cold, so we'll try this. So the first whip I'm going to show you is my full coverage. So this is Home for the Winter. The artist is Lucy Pitaway, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's finished and where I was last time. And this is where I am now. This is on 28 count, easy count. And I did 1,070 stitches since I last came on 2 weeks ago. So I'm making good progress. I will admit I'll be glad when it's time to go to a different one, because as far as the eye can see, it's just going to be this sky. I'm doing the Royal Rose method. And so you go across and you park down below. That's what these are. And do your waist, you know, your starts and stops off to the side. And I had thought, well, maybe I'll go all the way across, but I've changed my mind. As soon as I get to the end of the Q-snap, which I still have a ways to go, then I'm going to start going down so I can get into something besides sky. But that will not happen before I move on to the next full coverage. But I will be working on that one today, since this is Friday. I'm filming this on Friday the 17th of February, and I should get it posted this afternoon or this evening, so you should be able to see on that same day. All right, and for my seasonal, I'm still doing winter. So this is Shabby Winter Cottage Calendar, Shabby Winter Calendar by Kure Batakori. Here's the picture on the front of the chart, but it's not a very accurate one because it has to put the whites in as blue since it's on white paper. And I'll put a picture in of what it looked like last time. And this is where we are now. So I've got the second block finished, and almost have the third one finished. I have some snow to do down here and maybe one more snowflake over here. And then I'll be ready to move on to number 4. So I will work on that one this Sunday. And then I have one more Sunday, and then it will be time to move to spring. And so I originally had thought, well, I could do all of I have all of the calendars in this series. I could do those. But I decided to pick, since the purpose of this group I'm in is to work on your whips, not start all the new things, I decided to just pick out a seasonal piece that I have for each season. So spring, I will be working on Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor, and I'll show you that next time. All right, so for Mira Monday, what I'm working on is Fairy Autumn Glow. And that's this one. Beautiful colors. And I've done the spring one, and so this is my second one. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, on the Shabby Winter calendar, I put in 544 stitches, and I forgot to tell you it's fabric. Last time I did so much better. The Shabby Winter calendar is on 32 count pearl gray. Is that right? I think that's what that says. I don't have my glasses on. All right, and in Fairy Autumn Glow, I did 488 stitches, and this is on, I think it's the called for, yeah, 32 count beach walk. And there's where we are. And I'll put a picture in of where I was last time. All right, there's a hanging thread there. I stopped in the middle. So I'm making some good progress on that. It is fun to see, especially at the end of the month when I post, because I've only had 1 month, but I've been posting in my album what progress I've made that month, just because I think they have 2 album check-ins a year, but I've been doing it every month, and it's been fun to see how much progress I'm making. All right, and then during the week, I will roll a decision wheel, and that will tell me what to work on. Whoops. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'm not, strict if I decide I want to carry on and work on my Mira another day or whatever. But it gives me a way to make sure I hit all of my whips. So 2 weeks ago, it was Kringles by Little House Needleworks, and that's this one. It's really a fun one. And all I worked on was filling in this black here. And I'll put a picture in of what it looked like before. So that's what I've been working on, this black part. But I'm working my way up. I'll do this black, and then I'll do the 3 rooms there, and then I'll do the roof, because I do not want to leave the roof till the end, because that will be, and what I may do, I don't know, we'll see, is do 1 room so I can start the roof and do a little bit of roof over that room, and then do the next room and kind of switch it up. This is on 30 count Parisian gray. That's the called for. I'm using all the called for flosses on that. All right. Woo. I'm trying to at least put things back in the bags. I'm trying not to zip them, but at least get them back in the bag so it's not a complete disaster when I'm done. All right, and then the one I spun for this last week was these seasonal Quakers, and I have the March one started. So these are by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. So this is March. And I'm doing all of these on 32 count platinum. And I will put a picture in of what it looked like when I started. And this is where I am now. So I got a bunch done. All I had done before were some of these leaves and then one of these dark ones. So I got all this dark, these lighter ones, the word March. It's really fun. And in my haul, I kitted up the rest of them. So I had some of the fabric, but not all of it. So I picked up the other pieces of platinum and the other threads that I needed. Now on this one, I did change one color. Most of them I just call for 3 colors, Classic Colorworks, and this one had Eve's Leaves, 4-leaf clover, and English Ivy. And English Ivy is the very dark green, but the 4-leaf clover and the Eve's Leaves, the dye lots I had, were hardly different at all. So I changed the Eve's Leaves to Wasabi. So that made it, and it may be hard to tell on the camera. Let me hold it up a little bit closer, but like this one here is the lighter color than that. So that's the wasabi, and that is the, whatever I said the other one was, 4-leaf clover. But if I had left it the way it was charted, you wouldn't have seen any difference between those. And I wanted some difference. I wanted to see 3 different greens. So, but I have the rest of them all kitted up now. And so this one, whenever it gets spun, I'll work on whichever one I've started until I finish it, and then I'll start another one. All right, and then the last project is the one, the last whip I have to show you is the one that I do when I'm at work at lunch. I sit with some friends at lunch for about 30 minutes and we stitch. So I don't have, oh, I didn't tell you the stitch count. Kringles, I did 311 stitches, and March Quicker, I did 701 stitches. You may not care, but it's kind of fun to see how much I've done over the last couple of weeks. And then Fairy Autumn Glow, I don't think I told you that one was 483 stitches. And this time I wrote down, so on my full coverage, I hadn't been writing down what percentage I was, but I did this time so I can kind of keep up with how much percentage I get done, which will be probably less than 1% in a month, but we'll see. So at the end of, well, before I start working on it tonight, as of right now, I'm 0.56% complete on Home for the Winter. So I'll try and keep up with that, and that'll be, at least for me, it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so my lunch project is this Big City Christmas by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the first one, department store. And I just picked up the third one today at my local needlework shop. And so, and this one, like I said, I don't have any stitch counts. It's just something I work on at lunch. But here's where I am on the department store. So we're getting close. I got all of the windows and door filled in. So now I'm filling in this bottom part. And then I'll have the sidewalk, Santa, and some snowflakes. And then the first one will be done. And then the second one, I think, is the theater. This is stitched on 32 count Country French Cafe Mocha. So yeah, the second one is theater. So that's the second one. And then I'll show you the third one in my haul. I just picked it up today. Okay, that is all of my whips that I worked on in the last 2 weeks. So let me tell you just a little bit about plans. We've already talked about Full Coverage Friday. I'll continue working on Home for the Winter since we're still in February. Mira Monday, I'll continue working on Fairy Autumn Glow. And the Seasonal Sunday, I'll continue working on the Shabby Winter calendar. But then I have 2 other things I'm going to work on. So I'll show you that one first. The spin, I went ahead and did the miscellaneous project spin. For next week will be Plum Pudding, and it's Glendon Place. So it's part of their amazing desserts. They have a whole series, and I think I own all of them. And this one, I say this every time, but I really need to get one of those boards. Let me show you back here. So you can see the whole thing, and I am close on this. And I think I mentioned this before, but I've had to do some of the beads already. So you can see some of them there. For a different group that I was in, I had to do like 300 beads, and this was the only project I had that was close to being ready to bead. So it's made it a little bit challenging to put my Q-snap on to work on this last corner. But man, I'm getting close. So my goal this year is to get this all finished. We'll see. I hope I can. So I'll get some work on it this next week. And then I think I have one more project that hasn't been called in the spin yet, and then it'll be time to start over again. So I have a block party by Hands On Design that hasn't been called yet. And we'll see if I want to keep doing that, where I just spin and work on them for a few days, or if I want to spin and work on them until I reach some goal. I don't know. We're just kind of playing this by ear. Okay, and then the other project I want to work on is a new start. So I think last time I showed you, I forgot to tell you what the plum pudding was on. It's on whatever it calls for. It's a picture of this plus. Is it Sprite maybe? Yes, 28 count Sprite. I picture this plus. Which I may be sorry I didn't kit up the others since Picture This Plus has been bought out. I don't know if I'll be able to get the fabrics, but there's so many beautiful fabrics out there. I can find something, I'm sure. So I think last time I showed you, I had finished Big Hearted Tiny Town. I haven't fully finished it yet. Someday I will, but I don't have that to show you yet. But because I finished that, I'm going to pull in something else. So we have one grandson who's, what is he? He is almost 19 months, I think. Anyway, he is so much fun. But our son and daughter-in-law are expecting their second child, another boy. He's due the end of March. So I decided I better do a sampler for him since I did one for the first one. So this is what I've picked out to do. Their nursery has been kind of in like forest animals. So this is, I think it's by Little Dove. Yes, Woodland Friends. And my plan is to not stitch this flower in the middle, and we'll see about the mushrooms and make it a birth sampler. So put in his name and birth date in there. And so I've got it all kitted up, ready to go. Let's see what the fabric is that I got. 32 count Barb's Blend by R&R. So it's just a nice neutral. And it just calls for DMC, so I'm planning to start that this weekend, probably tomorrow. All right, that is all of Whip's plans. So let me show you my haul. Not a lot, but I did get an order from 123 Stitch. And then I did stop at my local needlework store this morning after I got off work. All right, so from 123 Stitch, I got Let's Go Ride a Bike Tulip Trail, Stitching with the Housewives. And I have several of these, and I had ordered, there's a needlework store in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Silver Needle, and they have a Super Bowl sale on Super Bowl weekend. And so I did order a few from there that I hadn't had, but it based on what they said they were shipping as far as the cost, I didn't get everything I ordered, so we'll have to wait and see what I got. Because on those, they just, whatever they have there in the shop, they'll send, but they don't send you anything later. So that'll be a surprise when that comes in. All right, and then the next one I got was Nightingale. This is Mirabilia. So I collect Mirabilia patterns. I mean, I stitch them. You'll see that. I do stitch them. But I collect all of her patterns pretty much. And it gives me joy to go through and look at them. So this one is Madame Lefay, and it is something about a garden. I don't know. It's French. So there's the name down there. All I know is that last word is garden. Whoops. But I just thought it was so pretty. Those roses and the birds. So I don't know when I will get that done, but someday. And then I got a couple of Jeanette Douglas. This one I just loved, but I didn't want, so my L&S had these charts, but they had them packaged with the silk, and I just didn't want to do that investment in the silk, so I just bought the charts from 123 Stitch. So this is Blooming Bouquets, number 4, Beautiful. So pretty. And I imagine, and there's a whole series of them, and I may get some more at some point, but I imagine I can find what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, something to convert it, a conversion for DMC. And if not, then I can pick up some of the silks little by little. And then this one, I am going to have to get the box for it, so I'll have to figure out where to do that. But this is Christmas box, and it's just so cute. Sorry for the glare, it's just impossible. If you want good light to show all your work, then you have to have glare. Okay, and then my haul from my L&S today is 4 more pieces of the platinum for those Quakers, and then the rest of the threads that I needed. And they used all Classic Colorworks. So I won't show them to you all individually. I was trying to fan them out a little bit. Oh, I know, I've seen people do this. Let's see if this works. These do not go together. No, kind of. You can kind of see. But those are the rest of the colors that I need for the Quakers, the monthly Quakers. So now those are fully kitted, so I can just go to town on them. When I finish the March one, I can go on to the next one. And it'll probably depend on what month it is when I finish it, which one I start next. And then, like I said, this is the 3rd in the Big City Christmas, so this is Toy Store. And I'm doing them, I don't think I said that, but I'm doing them on one long. I think there's gonna be 7 total. So I'm doing one long piece of fabric. And then this one, I think I mentioned last time that I had the fabric for it, and somehow I got out of the store without the pattern. So now I have the pattern. And this is Mad for Plaid by Hands On Design. And I just ordered this little display thing yesterday, and I think it's already being shipped. So, and she's supposed to be coming out with more. Here's all 4 of them, a little bit bigger. What I've heard is she's supposed to be coming out with more plaid things in the needlework market that's coming up in Nashville market, needlework market. And then the last one is this Hey Sweetheart by Primrose Cottage. And it's too late to start Valentine's now, but still, it's cute. It'll be good to do another time. All right, I believe that's it. That's all my whips, plans, haul. All right, that's it for this time. I should be back in 2 weeks. So far, I've done that like 2 or 3 times in a row. So hopefully we're on track, and I'll keep up with that. And I will have, at that point, new full coverage and new Mirabilia and new seasonal to show you, because we'll be in March at that point. So I will see you next time. Bye.